Have you ever felt that strange sensation like you already knew something was going to happen? You meet a person, and something inside clicks. This is it. Something is about to change. And it does. One event leads to another, and suddenly your life flips upside down. Or maybe you start craving something, a thing, a trip, a move, a new job. So deeply it feels like the desire is chasing you. You try to ignore it, forget it, push it till later. But it keeps coming back, through thoughts, signs, people, random words. And then, when everything finally happens, you look back and think, it's like I sensed it all along, as if someone already knew the ending and was nudging you toward it. But what if that someone is you? Not the you sitting here right now, but the one who's already walked the path. Today I want to share an idea. Your deepest desires don't come from lack or ego. They come from the future. Not from trends, not from expectations, but from a version of you who's already living on a different branch of reality. And when you learn to recognize it, you'll stop fearing the future so much and start trusting yourself like you've already seen the ending. Let's start with the boldest thought. What if your intuition, that strange knowing, isn't a prediction, but a memory? A memory not of the past, but of one of your possible futures. Imagine life not as one straight road, but a tree. The trunk is you now, and the branches, your possible paths. On one branch, you stayed in your old town. On another, you moved. On one, you started something. On another, you gave up. Somewhere you survived. Somewhere else you gave in. All of these paths exist as potentials. The future isn't a punishment or reward. You tune into it. Through attention, choices, and reactions. And here's the key. When you suddenly feel a desire, not superficial but deep, lasting for months or years, that might be an echo from a version of you who's already lived it, already knows there's power in that path. It's like your future self is whispering, hey, I've seen this one. There's something real here, come this way. If desires come from the future, then here's the question. Why do we ignore some, but feel shaken by others? The answer is simple and powerful. Every event is a node on your tree of reality. Some nodes are neutral. You can buy that thing tomorrow or never. It won't change your life. Others are turning points. A trip that introduces you to life-changing people. An apartment that rewrites your entire storyline. A book that wakes you up. A YouTube channel that becomes your voice. A meeting that shifts your soul forever. These moments don't go quietly. They ring inside you. Your body responds before your mind. Tingles, shivers, restlessness. You just know. Even if your brain screams, no, too early, too risky, not now. That's your future self knocking on the present. Because things that don't affect your life path won't move you. But the ones that do, they light a fire inside. Let's say that every true I want is a message from your future self. How does it work? Somewhere, on a branch you haven't reached yet, you've already left toxic patterns. You've found your voice, your path, your space. You're breathing easier. You've paid your debts. You've stopped holding on to people who drag you down. You've found more freedom. And from there you send signals back, through sudden longings, through repeated thoughts, through strange synchronicities, through people telling you the same thing over and over. That future you can't speak in words. Hey, here's the manual, do this, this, and this. But it can ignite a desire. It can spark curiosity. It can push you to notice certain events you're meant to step into. And when you ignore that, you're ignoring your own message from the future. Here's the paradox. We are both the ones sending the message, and the ones blocking it. We're the writers and the censors of our story. How does that play out? You feel this electric I want, excitement, life, vibration. Then the mind steps in, wired with fear. What if I fail? What will they say? How will I look? What if I lose what I have? What if I'm wrong? And then you tell yourself, not now. Later. Someday. And that message from the future crashes against the wall of your current fears. But the future is stubborn. If this path truly matters, the signal will keep coming back. In dreams, in meetings, in repeating signs, in random videos, in someone's casual words, until you either accept it or silence it completely. Now here's the most fascinating part. If your strongest desires come from the future, then on some deep level, you already know how it ends. Somewhere within you, the ending already exists. You've already become the person who lived it, survived it, and grew through it. And here's the strange phenomenon. We panic over things that are already decided on another timeline. We worry, what if I can't? What if it doesn't work out? What if I'm not good enough? Meanwhile, our future self is watching us like a movie character who spends 40 minutes stressing about something the audience already saw in the trailer. You're panicking about a scene that's already been played out on another branch of time. But this realization changes everything. When you start treating strong desires not as whims, but as messages from the future, the anxiety doesn't vanish completely, but it softens. You begin to trust, if this desire is knocking so loudly, there must already be a version of me who lived through it and made it. My only job is to not stand in my own way. Of course, that doesn't mean every I want is sacred. Not all desires are letters from the future. Some come from lack, comparison, old wounds, or the need to prove something. So how can you tell the difference? 1. Depth and duration. True desire doesn't fade in 2 days. It may go quiet for a while, but it always returns. 2. Aliveness beneath fear. Even if you're scared, there's a pulse beneath it. That trembling you feel. That's life waking up. The body comes alive, not shuts down. 3. Connection to your power line. Real desires almost always tie to your freedom, your voice, your creativity, not the urge to prove something or impress someone. 4. You're willing to invest time and energy, not just to have it, but to live it. If you only want the result but not the path, it's probably not the one. Now let's shift from theory to practice. Step 1. The list of true wants. Take a page or a note and write down 3 to 5 things that A. You've wanted for a long time. B. Haven't let go of you. C. When you think of them, even through fear, something inside feels alive. These are your letters from the future. Step 2. Talk to your future self. Close your eyes and imagine the version of you who's already lived this. They're not perfect, but they've walked the path. Ask them, what were you trying to tell me with this desire? What do you want me to learn? What's the first step I can take right now? And just let a phrase, a thought, or an image come up. Don't invent. Just let it surface. Step 3. A small step to confirm the path. Choose one micro-action to confirm to the universe and to yourself. I heard the message. It could be writing the first lines of a script, recording the first minute of a video, making a small budget plan, booking a session, sending that one email, saving just a little for a move, gathering documents, Googling your next step. Doesn't matter how small it is. What matters is, you move toward the path where the desire came from. Step 4. Stop punishing yourself for fear. Every time you feel afraid, don't say, I'm weak. Say, I just haven't caught up to my future self yet. Fear is just the distance between who you are now and the version of you who already lived the dream. And with each step, that distance shrinks. Look, you don't want what you want by accident. Not every desire is sacred, but some of them are not from here. They don't come from trends or wounds, but from a version of you who already stepped into a different reality. So next time a desire hits you like lightning, don't rush to smother it in fear. Ask yourself, what if this is me, writing to myself from the future? What if I already know the ending, and I'm just walking toward it? Remember, all true desires come from the future. Your future self has already been there, already fallen, already risen, already lived it. Now, they're guiding you forward. Your job is not to be perfect. Your job is to listen and not betray yourself. If you felt this message in your soul, comment, "I hear my future," and then notice what desire rises from the deep today. See you in the next reality.